This is our tragic destiny. A destiny where mankind is the primary actor. A destiny where dehumanization takes hold. Destruction ravages the earth. Extinction haunts wildlife. Poverty became the norm.
Splendid lands turn deserts. Soils lie infertile and unproductive. Springs of pure water dried out. People are starving. A literal chaos.
This is the bitter reality of our world, where every nation is held accountable and is responsible, including our country, Tunisia. Despite its huge capacities and resources, it remains on the verge of an economic recession, mainly due to the downturn of its backbone, agriculture.
This, combined with reduced soil richness and battles against water scarcity, pushed farmers to use chemical fertilizers, hoping for a quick recovery, higher productivity, and additional income.
However, this practice backfired. It reduced biomass within the soil and poisoned the yield.
To make matters worse, it caused substantial harm to our coasts and marine life.
Gibus, one of the rarest coastal oases in the world, is home for the chemical industry, including fertilizers, and is the most polluted coast nationwide with the highest cancer rate.
This is not the worst of it, as 60% of the total workable land is now infertile, and 876,000 Tunisians are threatened to live severe hunger by the year 2026.
في تونس التربة ناقصة مواد عضوية، تعيش مشاكل متاع تملح، تعيش مشاكل متاع تغدق، انجر عليه استعمال مفرط في الأسمدة الكيميائية. نعرفوا الناس الكل ضرر متاعها الحاصل على التربة، إلى جانب أنه هالأسمدة الكيميائية هذه سومها في السوق قاعد يرتفع.
But when the people are willing to live, destiny must surely respond. A verse from our national anthem that sparked the light within the darkness.
We, Enactus Tunisia, believing in the power of collective action, stand committed to our country, channeling our efforts to create winds of change.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board flight number 50 with service from Utrecht to Tunisia. We kindly ask you to fasten your seatbelts. Thank you for choosing Enactus Tunisia Airlines. Enjoy your flight with Wafir.
Wafir, Waste Allocated for Economic and Ecological Restoration, a social enterprise held by Mr. Hassan Shtiwi and supported by a scientific advisor, Mr. Yassine Hidri, recycles natural and organic waste to create fertilizer formulas that benefit different types of soil. Wafir now operates in 3 regions across the country.
Our trip begins in the south, where we created our first product. There, we found large quantities of annual sheep wool, reaching 3,000 tons annually. As wool is renowned for its high water retention capacity, we ventured to repurpose it.
We developed a formula for a nitrogen-rich fertilizer. A mixture of shredded wool and sheep manure is processed into pellets and then planted in the soil using a specific machine.
This efficient formula enabled us to produce 26 tons of fertilizer monthly with the support of a local farmer and the investment in the necessary machinery.
The product is sold at $13 for 25 kilograms to farmers in the region, a solution that is 80% cheaper than available alternatives. We generated a revenue of $59,000 and employed 3 people. This pelletized fertilizer enhances the land structure, increasing oxygen levels within the soil by 30% and decreasing the watering frequency by up to 25%.
Following this first achievement, we shifted our focus to palm tree waste, reaching 6 tons on a daily basis, and created our second product, biochar.
Biochar is designed to effectively reduce soil salinity while extending essential nutrients availability.
It is obtained through a CO2-free combustion of the collected shredded palm tree waste.
It can be applied directly to the soil or combined with natural fertilizers to increase efficiency.
With a 2-ton weekly production capacity, biochar is sold in 10 kilogram bags for $6 each, allowing Wafir to generate $26,000 and employ 4 additional people.
Dear passengers, we are now halfway to our destination. Through your window seats, you may view the gorgeous Tunisian Middle Coast.
Here, we crossed paths with a market leader in poultry breeding, which has an average of 20 tons of wasted chicken manure per day. Turning this wasted resource into a value, we came up with our third product formula, a fertilizer made of chicken manure, rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that enhances plant growth and soil nutrition.
The product is obtained through air drying and pelletizing the chicken manure.
This formula allowed the breeding company to deploy a production unit in their headquarters with a 6-ton daily production capacity and producing a total of 80 tons monthly. The product is packaged and sold in 25 kilogram bags for $8 each, making it 38% less costly than equivalents on the Tunisian market.
Following this revenue model, we generated $139,000 and employed 5 additional people.
Dear passengers, we are now flying above the north of Tunisia.
In this region, we successfully created our fourth product, a liquid fertilizer made from nettles.
This leaf, known for its harmful effect on plants, is in reality a nutrient-rich resource offering natural protection against harmful insects. The product is obtained by shredding the nettle leaves, fermenting them for 2 weeks in water mixed with a catalyst, and airing it daily. With the help of 2 local farmers, 3,000 liters of the liquid fertilizer were produced.
The product is sold for $5 in concentrate density bottles with a 10-liter capacity, generating $8,100. Each bottle is worth 10 times its volume in water, making it 40% cheaper than other liquid fertilizers. Its application can be done by either employing a drip irrigation system or spraying the plants regularly.
Dear passengers, Wefir offers a selection of 100% Tunisian fertilizers tested and approved by certified national laboratories. Our range is 40% less expensive than other available alternatives on the national market and 52% cheaper than the imported ones.
Wefir sells 90% of the total production through diversified distribution channels, while 10% are offered to the local farmers, being themselves our subcontractors.
Our B2C sales approach is boosted by our project holders network, growing social media presence, as well as local and regional product promotions.
We also adapted a B2B model, targeting points of sale such as agricultural supply stores and cooperatives all over the country.
سماد عضوي يطلع في خصوبة الأرض ويعطي إنتاجية. خدمنا بها على أشجار، خدمنا بها على بكورات، عنده الفي متاعو، السلول متاعها يطلعوا مرتاحين.
In just 8 months, Wefir generated a total revenue of $244,000 with a net income of $30,000. By the end of 2023, we will be generating an additional revenue of $126,000 with a net income of $60,000.
Alongside our project holder, we empowered 4 agripreneurs by making them solid subcontractors, ensuring their fertilization needs, and giving them the opportunity to directly sell a part of the total production.
We impacted 250 Tunisian farmers by reducing their annual spendings on fertilizers by 12% and providing them with guidance and expertise. We helped reduce public expenditures on fertilizer imports by 13%.
As Mother Earth is our priority, we contribute to
Decrease the natural waste in Tunisia by 2,800 tons.
Reduce 200 tons of CO2 emissions by minimizing fertilizer imports and optimizing our supply chain.
and all this in just 8 months.
Looks like we are landing soon.
Yes, almost there. In addition to our 4 fertilizers, we are now developing 2 new product formulas by recycling cactus leaves and olive residues.
All of which will be submitted to the ISO certification process to labelize their quality.
To support our marketing and sales strategy, we are currently developing Wefir's website, expanding our market reach.
Because most farmers lack technical know-how and therefore cannot identify the land deficiencies, we are partnering with a Tunisian startup to set up a customized device-linked mobile application, enabling them to receive tailored product recommendations.
By the end of 2023, we will be securing our first investment of $1.2 million to scale up the production of the chicken manure-based fertilizer. As a result, we will be generating $792,000 and reaching a total of 17 jobs created.
In 3 years, we feel will become a social franchise, scalable to 4 franchises nationwide. This will enable us to generate a total revenue of $4,650,000.
Employ 340 people.
Impact 4,900 farmers.
Increase the fertility of their lands by 25%.
And reduce the water consumption in the agricultural sector by 49 million cubic meters.
In 5 years, Wafir will be patented worldwide, allowing it to duplicate its concept in the MENA region as an international franchise targeting potential agripreneurs.
Dear passengers, we ask you to remain seated as we're landing back in Utrecht.
Flight number 50, powered by a crew of 50 members, united for one purpose, tackled 12 SDGs, carving our impact on the wall of sustainability, devoted 45,000 hours to work on Wafir, making a meaningful impact on communities, traveled 12,000 kilometers, turning visions into reality.
As Wafir in our mother tongue stands for abundant and generous,
We want prosperity.
We want generosity.
we want human solidarity.
We want abundance and progress for our whole planet.
We are Enactus Tunisia.
Active citizens of the world. When Enactors choose to make a change, destiny will have to respond.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it was very good presentation. I like the problem statement definition, which is very apt. My question will be around we have a lot of organic fertilizer. You've talked about the comparative analysis, but you focus more on the cost comparison. So I want to know the yield comparison in terms of the application. How will this differentiate with the existing in terms of the efficacy per hectare? If you can explain that, that would be good. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Concerning the efficiency of our products were analyzed and tested by multiple national laboratories. They are our strategic partners. And the analysis yielding exciting results. Our products increase the fertility of lands by 25% in over a period of from 1 year to 3 years, depending on the parameters and the crop types and so on. Thank you.
Thanks for the presentation. You mentioned that you had a couple of researchers and university partners that you were working with. Can you guys clarify what your Enactus team did versus what the researchers did for the project?
Thank you for your question. So as Enactus team, we started the R&D phase by digging deeper into the problem of fertilizers and fertility of our lands. We dedicated that too many natural waste in Tunisia exists, and there is an opportunity to create a value from that waste. So we reached out to a local farmer who is now our project holder, and he had too many ideas in this path. He tried multiple tests and tried to create some sort of natural products from his waste. And then we tried to test these products along with our scientific advisor, Mr. Yassine Hidri. So we initiated a partnership with the National Agronomic Institute of Tunisia, and we tested our products, done too many product alterations during the product development phase, and finalized our product formulas in order to be prepared for the sales phase. This is how it happened.
Thank you for your presentation. My question is in line with risk management. What tactics did you employ to curb against the risk, firstly in your production, and also secondly with the competition in the market?
Thank you for your question. So regarding the competition in the market, we did our market research. So we identified some competitors nationally and also internationally. The national competitors didn't scale up yet to the mass production phase. However, we did. And for the international competitors, the prices are too high for our local farmers to buy them, to import them. That's why the competition in price-wise, it's not even comparable. I hope this satisfies your question.
In addition, concerning the risk mitigation, scientifically speaking, we try to collaborate with multiple national laboratories, and of course our scientific advisor helped us a lot with that. Economically speaking, we try to collaborate with multiple subcontractors to ensure that our production gives and has some quality standards. That's how it happened.
You mentioned you guys have done $244,000 in revenue to date, but are going to end up with just under $800,000 by the end of the year. What's going to lead to that increase of growth for the last 3 months of the year?
Thank you for your question. In a matter of fact, the $18,000 are an additional revenue that we will generate by the end of 2023.
In addition, this revenue will be added after the investment, and of course, this will increase the revenue, will increase also the production, because the development of the products, especially the chicken manure one, it will lead to additional revenue and additional sales. I hope this satisfies your question.